afternoon and welcome to another episode of Try Bonsai. It's your boy Anna, and today, my friends, I posted a short this morning. It has been raining. We have been under adverse weather for the past day or so. It was supposed to start yesterday afternoon into this morning. It started yesterday during the day and went straight on until today. It's still raining outside and I still needed to get some things done. So what I do is I bring the plant inside. I bring the tree inside. Yeah. So moving right on, this is a small leaf Chinese elm. And this elm was cultivated and grown from my good friend Earl. And I purchased this tree from him. Right now, as you can see, it has been planted over a rock since it was little, and it grew with this rock. And the top is a bird's nest of crossing branches all over the place. Crazy if I as I give you a 360 view on it. Now, what I'm attempting to do today is to prune back all of this crazy growth and start working on creating either a canopy or whatever. I have not, to be honest, I have not decided, right? I've not decided on what that will be as yet. So basically what I'm going to do is prune back a lot of these branches, try to remove as much crossing branches as I can, fertilize this tree, and when it starts to give me new growth, I want to take it out of this pot and put it into something else. I already have a pot in mind for it. Now, one of the things in this case, you just wonder sometimes, should I just do like what Nigel does and prune the whole, give it a whole prune and then go in for a more detailed job? That would make sense. Only thing though, I don't have the blue scissors. Oh my. Let me do some pruning, some overall pruning, and then when I come back, we will go through it for a more detailed prune. And there's a possibility that there may be some very big cuts happening. Now, my friends, this is one of the most complex pieces of work that I think I've ever undertaken. There are a lot of branches, a lot of crossing branches. It's just, as I said, it's like a bird's nest of branches. And in my little cuts, this is what I take off so far. And that even begin to really and truly make this thing make a whole heap and set of sense. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to take it from a different standpoint, because this snip with this little pruners that I have is not making any sense. So what I'm going to do is go from each, take the main trunk, take each branch and look at how each branch is developing, and ideally what I want to do is to remove all the overly crossing branches and look to build some kind of structure. Let me see what I could do with that. Yeah. So my friends, because of, as I probably mentioned before, I can't remember now, but because of the weather, I had to bring this thing inside. Yes, I did mention it. As I just said, what I'm going to do is to look at the main trunk, look at the branches, and what we have happening here is a lot of branches coming from one spot. With that, I have to make an assessment as to which ones I want to keep and which ones may require being eliminated. Because what is happening is that with this cluster of branches here, you have a little bit of taper, inverse taper happening at this junction here. And if I swing it around, so you see at this junction here, you have a little bit of inverse taper and you have multiple branches coming from this spot. So as I turn it to face me a bit better, I'm going to look at each one of these branches and see how they're getting on and which ones I think I should keep and which ones I think should ideally be removed. And even on the branches, because there's a main, the trunk line comes up and then it goes off to a main branch here, which in and of itself has several branches attached to it. So this is it here in the middle of the mailing, right? And there are some dead branches in the center there because of course there will be dead branches because of the clutter that is happening. So this branch has basically eliminated itself because everything on it is dead. So I could start by removing this from the equation because it's pointing down and I don't think I want anything pointing down. And this is dead. This is very dead. Everything on it was dead, and with that I could clean this up just a bit with this branch splitter, because in the last video I called the knob cutter that I was using the concave cutters, which was incorrect. Whew. Sometimes you think in your mind you say the right thing and the right thing didn't come out your mouth. Anyways, there's another branch here that I can ideally take away as well, because this is very weak and on its way out. So I'm going to take this away as well, cleaning up that point. And this is all the growth that this had on it, which wasn't much. So I remove that, clearing up that space. Now when you go up inside, there's a branch coming off here. So let me tell you so you could see, trying for you to see. There's a branch coming off here. There's one going in toward the tree, in toward the trunk a bit, which could potentially overshadow another branch on the other end. This coming straight and this one going at a funny-ish angle. So decisions will have to be made where that is concerned. So let me take a look at this and come back and let's see what's happening. My friends, have you ever been hit with a body of work that's so confusing? You feel like you're running in circles. You're second guessing every single thing that you think you want to do. And here you don't know what to do. Yes, you. So I spent a few minutes looking at it and thinking through some choices. What to remove, what not to remove. Should I remove this? Is this making any sense? And it's a lot. It is a lot. However, this is a challenge, my friends, that I shall not back away from. I shall not. What I want is for items to be facing outward and for there to be pads or the creation of pads. This as it stands is a little bit, it's not a little bit, it's overly cluttered. So I'm going to continue snipping as I'm going along, looking at things facing in directions that I don't want. So things that facing up, and things that going straight up or things that going back toward the trunk, I am going to remove. And I hope that when I'm finished with this work over the coming weeks with the proper feeding regimen, that this will backbud immensely and produce some good items. So what I'm doing right now, I'm looking at this branch here, and as this branch comes up, I'm removing everything that goes toward the trunk and things that are going straight up. So this comes straight up. So taking this off. So this branch comes up. It fans out here. But next to it is something that could overshadow it. Alright, so I am going to have to remove the guy that overshadowed it. So that is starting to clear up this bit of space here. So what I'm going to do is to take it very slow, very steady, and take branch by branch. This will be something of a long process, so I'm going to take it branch by branch, open up space, and to clear this thing up. Yeah, so I ain't say it yet, I'm saying it now. Let me just go. Okay, my friends. So basically what I did is I allowed the tree to speak for itself and to talk to me. If that makes sense at all. And this is now in a windswept style. So it has gone from being a bird's nest canopy to being a windswept. And let me just remove this. I am quite pleased with this. I like this new direction because it follows the angle of the trunk. There was a very straight branch here that was pointing straight up like that. I took that off and I did not remove this branch. And I think this is the branch that kind of shouted the loudest. These two branches here shouted the loudest because they were going from being in this direction originally to going that way. And then you have these branches here that going that way. So it followed the line of the trunk. As you can see, this branch comes up and the branches from here bend and go that way. So I think this is a fabulous new style for this. I am really very pleased with this. No wire involved. Just pruning. All you are smiling. I am very happy with this. This, I mean, going from being completely confused and not sure what to do to this body of work here, you know, I am really very happy with this. So let me give you a little 360 view on this tree again. This is the potential front. Even though there is a bit of scarring on the bark here, it's healing over and coming along nicely enough. Going around this way to my right, this is the back of it. As you can see in your angle, and a lot of space has been created. Right, comes around. This would be the left hand side of it. Coming around again. And we are back to the front as I put the front basically to face you. And that's it. That is it. So on that note, my friends, I thank you for joining me here on Try Bonsai. Like, subscribe, comment, share. And as I usually say, be good to yourself. Be good to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. And remember that our climate is our responsibility. We have an opportunity to change it for the better. If not for ourselves, we do it for the future generations. So, I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye.